Hello, the internet, and welcome to my review of the highly anticipated Pikmin 3 for Wii U. Well, duh, it's a Nintendo game and this is the newest Nintendo console, and it's Pikmin. I don't think they're gonna make a Pikmin handheld. Actually, a Pikmin handheld would be kind of cool. But on to the review. Starting with the story. What happened was there's this planet named Kopai, and oh no, it's running out of food because it's overpopulated. Where, sad face. So they sent out some drones to find some fruit and some food out there in the distant, harsh lands of space. And they didn't find anything except for on one planet, which is the planet that the game is set on. They send three captains: Alf, Brittany, and Charlie. It begins with I think it's Charlie. If it's not, correct me in the comments, but I'm sure it's Charlie. Pretty sure, at least. But yeah, and they were sent down to the planet until boom, explosion. Boom, explodes. As they crash and they all get scattered around the planet, and then they find the Pikmin, and the Pikmin help them escape, find the warp key, and escape. Dun 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 dun. Don't ask me why, but yeah. Okay, for story-wise, this is actually one of the more detailed Nintendo stories because it's usually just like, Princess kidnapped, go save, yeah! This one's actually more detailed. I do actually like the Pikmin series overall. I haven't played the first one, but I have got the second one for GameCube. I played on my Wii, and it is really, really fun. So much fun of a game. It's pretty long as well, Pikmin 2. Pikmin 1, as I've seen, is pretty short. Uh, and this one's kind of in the middle for length, really. But yeah, on to everything else. Let's first talk about the gameplay, I guess. You can control, in the beginning, you only get one captain to control. But as you progress, you get to two captains, and then three, which means you can do three things at the same time. Like, let's say Alf gets a group of, let's say, 20 Pikmin and goes break down a wall, whilst Brittany takes 40 Pikmin and goes into a cave and kills some monsters, whilst Charlie's at base for no particular reason, because nobody likes Charlie. I like Charlie, but still. Seriously, guys, if it's not Charlie, please correct me in the comments. I really can't remember because he is the last captain you get, and he's not as fleshed out as the others. He's very fun. They're all really fun characters. Like Alf's quite like the weakling of the group, just like, oh no, I'm scared, no. Charlie's quite a pretty much the captain. He doesn't take he doesn't how do I put this? He he's a very good captain, but he's very stern. That's what I'm looking for. He's very stern, but he gets some very good lines with him being stern. But my personal favorite is Brittany because she's she seems very nice, but also one of the funnier things that they've done with her is make her really, really hungry all the time. Literally, she says that if they weren't on rations for the food, she would literally eat all of it. That is quite funny, and I think they did a good job at characterizing all of the captains, and the two other characters, which I'll not be mentioning because they are very big spoilers, but you might be able to guess who they are. What other gameplay things are there? Well, of course, there are the Pikmin. If you don't know how Pikmin works, it's a strategy game where you can have up to 100 of these little fellas, I called Pikmin, on the field. In the first game, there was only 3 types. In the second game, there was 5. And in this game, there are 5 But if you play the challenges, you get the older two from the second game. Okay, what they are, there is the red ones, which are impervious to fire, and I think they're the strongest, I think something like that. Well, they're kind of like the strongest of the normal ones, I think. There are yellows, which are impervious to electricity, and in the first one they could throw bomb rocks, but in this one, all of them can throw bomb rocks. But in the first one, there was no electricity, so yeah. The first one actually treated. Also, they can fly the highest, which is really useful. And blue, and there's the blue ones, which can walk underwater because they have gills, unlike all the other Pikmin, which will drown. I'll talk about the challenge ones now. There is white Pikmin and purple Pikmin. White Pikmin are what they how do I put this? They can't be poisoned by poison things, and they also have X-ray eyes, which gets very useful. But again, they're really not in the main story, just like the purple kind, which is probably the most overpowered kind of all time. What this is they are very slow, yes, but but the main thing that I love about them is that they're the strongest, and if you're carrying something, they carry 10 instead of 1. Now, when you're carrying stuff back to base, you need a certain number of Pikmin to carry that thing, or it won't be, or, well, yeah, it won't be carried because you need a certain number of Pikmin to carry it. But if you're using purple ones, you need much less because they're 10. But again, because purple ones aren't in the main game, they're not going to be used that much. I'm actually kind of sad to see the purple ones go, but I'm not really sad to see the white ones go. The white ones are very useful, yes, but if they are going to make another Pikmin game, which I hope they do, I really want to see purple and white in the story, and maybe even a couple more. But here is the ones that to replace them in this game. There is Rock Pikmin and Flying Pikmin. Rock Pikmin can't be crushed, which is amazing because that is one of the two things that usually happens. It's either your Pikmin get crushed or they get eaten, or they get kind of like electrocuted, burnt, or drown, or something like that. Yeah, they can't be crushed, and they're the only kind that break crystal. I really like the Rock Pikmin. I think they did a very good job in them. And there's the Flying Pikmin, which they did a very good job before this game came out. Very good job trying to hide it exactly, because the only way you could know that there are Pikmin before they there, because when they first announced this game, they said Rock Pikmin, yeah. But in the trailers, you could see a flying Pikmin just fly past. Everyone just went, "Oh, cool." But I guess that's just a background one. But no, if you looked at it properly, you would actually see it really does look like a Pikmin. So they did a very good job in hiding the flying Pikmin, even though in the trailers it was really in plain sight. But yeah, the flying Pikmin, as I said, can fly. They can open up barriers that need flying. They pretty much that's pretty much their base. That's pretty much the basics of it. They can fly, and that's why I think they're probably the worst kind of Pikmin so far. Other than yellows in the first game, which were literally just like pointless, other than like 3 places where we needed bomb rocks. Yeah, because they don't do much, and I wish they could. How do I put this? Like, I wish they could. I wish they were quicker for one, because when they're carrying things, they do get very slow, and that's very annoying sometimes. But yeah, I think they should have taken out the pink, the flying ones, and replace them with the purple and white ones, and maybe keep the flying ones because I just want a game with all the kinds of Pikmin in it that isn't kind of like keeping 3 of them into one mode, like 2 of them into one mode. Because I just don't think that's fair to those kinds of Pikmin, really. Because purple's probably my favorite, and they put flying in, which is probably my least favorite, to replace white or purple or either of them. Yeah, I think it's a bit unfair that they did that, but oh well. And I'm not saying that the pink, why am I calling them pink? Sorry. Here's the thing that I don't like. There's one more thing I don't like about the new Pikmin. They didn't name them by their colors. Uh, could they call the rock ones black ones and the flying ones pink ones? It's just I like them being named after colors. It just seems right to me. But I'm digressing. Yeah. Other things. Instead of like having three onions, which are the things where what happens is to breed more Pikmin, you need to you need to get them to take uh pellets that you can get on flowers or the dead carcasses of animals. Nintendo picking up the dead carcasses of animals to feed to make baby Pikmin. Yeah. Yeah, you put them into the onion and they become baby Pikmin. But yeah, instead of having three of those, like in the last two games, you just have one. And every time you find a new onion, they merge together into one. It's very, very useful, and it just, it's very streamlined, and I think they did a very good job. So, what else? Let's talk about the graphics. This game looks amazing. There's only one thing I don't like, which is the floor graphics, which just look a bit like meh. But okay, I look at the footage you're watching on the screen right now. Look at the onion I think in the next few seconds you'll see an onion. That onion thing looks like amazing. Everything in this game looks beautifully detailed, and one of the most fun things to do is there's a button on your Wii U pad that allows you to take pictures of your surroundings in the game by the eye's view of a Pikmin. It's beautiful. If you look on the Miiverse, or the games of the if you look on the Miiverse posts with them on, you can you can find people doing really good shots. It looks amazing. So yeah, the game is an amazing looking game. I think they did a fantastic job at the look of the game. Oh wow. Let's talk about the enemies. The enemies are very detailed and there are lots of them. My favorites are the bosses, and so far in the Pikmin series, I think like the bosses to me have been just like they're okay. I've seen better. But in this game, the bosses are just like whoa, giant scale. You'll need all your Pikmin to survive. The first one's probably my favorite because it's a giant lizard that the only way that you can kill it is with rock Pikmin breaking the shields around the giant centipede-like creature. It's a very skillful boss fight, and it's probably my favorite boss fight so far. I haven't finished the game yet, and so I haven't played the final boss. I've heard it's kind of underwhelming, but I'll have to see for myself. So yeah, guys, I can't think about that much to say except that this game is amazing! I know the critics have been saying that this is probably the first must-have game for the Wii U. Personally, I think that there are a couple more. Like, okay, right now, at the time of uploading this, I think in like 2 days there'll be Wonderful 101, which I will do a review of. That game looks amazing. Um, right now there are three games I 100% recommend for the Wii U. I recommend Nintendo Land because again it shows off the Wii U pad very good and it's just a nice fun party game with your friends. I also recommend Lego City Undercover, probably one of the funniest Nintendo games. One of the funniest games on Nintendo. Recent games on the funniest recent game for Nintendo systems, in my opinion, and this game. And you know what I give it? I give Pikmin 3 a I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Okay, I know you've probably been going, what? Why not a 10 out of 10? You've not noticed, you've not seen any problems. Personally, I think the Wii U pad is not that great at controlling the Pikmin, but except for that, just use the Wiimote and nunchuck because that is the superior controls. Yeah, you do get the map on the other one, but you have such cool controls, and for some reason, something is asking me to scan my computer. That was weird. That made no sense. But yeah, superior controls for that, and but you don't get a map, so it's a bit of chopping and changing with that. Like sometimes when you want to use the map, you'll use the Wii U pad, but when you don't need the map, you'll use the nunchuck. So that's really the only problem I have with this game. That's why I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. If you have a Wii U, go get this game. If you're on the fence about getting a Wii U, get get the pack with Nintendo Land and buy Undercover and this game with it. Also, just saying, just saying this game took forever to come to me, so I'm never doing business with the company that I got it from. And because of I don't want to get sued, nobody wants to get sued. I'm gonna call them a company that rhymes with Burries. Okay, okay, guys, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.